Well, the latest in the series of dog attacks, we've been discussing this relentlessly on the program. It is that the central government now has written to the state governments asking them to ban the import, sale and breeding of certain dog breeds which are considered dangerous in India. Now, these banned dog breeds include pit bull, Rottweiler, terriers, mastiffs, etc. And a lot of their cross breeds as well, actually. And the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying sent a letter to all states wherein now local bodies were urged to refrain from giving licenses or permits to people for the sale or breeding of these so-called banned dogs. What are these banned dogs? They are popping up on your screen as we speak. Now, for people who already own these banned dogs, I'm sure they're very concerned. The point here is that all you have to do right now is ensure that your dog is registered, and you have to sterilize the dog to ensure and prevent any further breeding. So, we obviously were very concerned about what this means for people, what this means for dog attacks on the whole. So, joining us next on the program is Shobhit Mohanty. He is the founder of the pack.in. Shobhit has been working relentlessly for a lot of awareness on dog breeding, on dog attacks as well. He also trains a lot of people to know how to be a good, responsible dog parent, and also tells them what are bad dog parenting habits, a lot of which we see happening on the streets of our country. So, good morning, Shobhit. Thanks so much for joining us. My first question really is, this is
Hi,
just to
good.
sort of set the record straight over here. By banning, we don't mean that from today you can't have this dog. That's not what this means.
Hi, good morning, Sonal. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, so basically, just to sort of unpack the messiness that has been created in the last couple of days, what exactly has happened is that the Department of Animal Husbandry in India has sent a letter to all the state governments recommending that they impose a ban on 23 breeds that they have called as ferocious. Now, this does not mean that the breeds have been banned as of today, and it does not mean that anybody's dogs are going to be picked up from their homes and taken away from them. I just want to clarify this because there's a lot of fear right now
That's
in a
very
bunch of
important.
parents
Yeah.
who have yes. So nobody's going to come to your house, guys, and take away your dogs. What they have said is a recommendation on which the state governments and the municipalities can now act because someone higher up to them has suggested that this may be something that is needed.
Right. So, the important bit here is also that a lot of people, because of a new law now, have to remember that regardless of these 23 breeds, whatever breed of dog you might have, you have to get them registered now with the government. That's absolutely important. And if you don't, you're going to fall into trouble. I'm going to request my producers to pop up some of the links where it's going to be helpful for you to go there and register your dogs in major metros. We've picked up some links and we've put that up. So please use those. But the question really here, Shobhit, is that does this really address the issue of the dog menace? As we've understood, of course, there are these breeds that are not meant to be domesticated, and they've been talked about in and why the so-called ban has been imposed. But the real problem is stray dogs. Shouldn't that be now a priority for the government to sort of address? Isn't that where the real problem lies? We're losing lives.
Yes, so I think there are a couple of real problems here, Sonal. I think the first real problem is in a lot of places, there's a lot of illegal breeding happening, which is resulting in dogs that are not healthy, that are not suitable for being kept at home, coming to homes, because people just feel that they can make a quick buck from this illegal practice. There are clear laws in the constitution and has been regularly notified by the governments, but not much has been done. That is one of the problems. I think the second problem, as you correctly pointed out, is that there are a lot of homeless dogs, there are a lot of community dogs, a lot of street dogs whose issues also need to be managed. There has been a lot of work being done on animal birth control and on community awareness, but it's still not enough, and more needs to be done. And I think third, and that is what we are primarily working on at the PAC, is to spread awareness and education amongst pet parents. You see, 70% of people in India are first-time pet parents. And like myself, who got my first dog 6 years back, we all struggle because we just do not know. Let's be honest, we just do not know how to keep dogs. We have never had dogs before. We are doing it because we love them, but honestly, we don't have the skills for them. So, as pet parents, it is on us to educate ourselves, get ready before you get a dog, do your research, speak to the right experts, get help, get your dog trained. Because at the end of the day, your dog is not just a member of your family, but also an ambassador of all the dogs out there in the country. And if one Rottweiler bites anybody, everybody gets scared of the breed. So, we need to do our bit as well,
Yeah,
but also the government needs
yeah.
to step up.
The government definitely needs to step up, but and especially the municipalities in different states, because this issue is not something that comes under the central government. Different municipalities have to pick up and ensure that this dog menace actually comes to a halt. But importantly, like Shobit also said, and we've discussed this on the program earlier as well, the issue of stray dog menace is actually coming from bad human habits, feeding them when they are naturally scavengers, or domesticating the right kind of dog who doesn't want to be domesticated. So understanding those issues are at the center of this problem, and I think that's what needs to be addressed as well. Thanks, Shobit, for joining us. And we
Thank you.
hope that people take home this message that you have to be a responsible dog parent. There's no harm. They're lovely, lovely creatures. I have one. But you have to be responsible. You have to know how to take care of them. And you have to understand, importantly, what they need as well.